Hi there, this is Sean Donahoe, the Manic Marketer, and in today's video I want to answer this question. How can I sell a website for maximum profits? Well, I get asked this question a lot, so let me go over it in detail. First of all, why would you actually want to sell a site? Because most people don't consider selling a site, especially if it's making a profit. While there are situations where you may want to, for example, if you are split with your focus on many different website projects and stuff like that, and you have a website that's making money, but you don't have the time to really invest more time or resources to it, then maybe you want to consider selling that resource and making some fast money from it. Because if a website is producing actual revenue, it has value to other people, and many people actually buy websites as future investments to build and grow themselves. Now, there are thousands of websites being sold every day online, and if you've never sold a website before, it can actually be very difficult to sell a site, especially if you've never done so. So what we're going to do in this video is we'll cover a simple and effective way to get you started and maximize your potential profits by doing so. So the first step is actually getting your website ready to sell. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that a website is worth as much as someone is willing to pay for it. Now, if you have a blog, you've put 20 hours into it, and someone comes along and offers you 100,000 for it, I very much doubt you're going to turn down that offer. But it might have intrinsic value to that person above and beyond what you would perceive as a value for your website. However, as a general rule of thumb, a website is worth 2 to 3 times its yearly profits. Now, there are other factors that can increase that kind of perceived worth, such as good rankings, traffic history, software invested in the website, and all that kind of thing. Again, that can increase value too. Now, once you get your site ready to go, make sure that all your traffic stats are in order so you can prove your traffic history, and that anyone can look at a glance at the numbers and see, okay, they see good solid growth, they see good solid traffic, they see where your traffic's kind of coming from. Don't give them too much information, but give them enough to prove that what you say is true. Also, make sure your financial figures are available as well. You're going to need to prove that if you say you've made 10 grand in a year, you're going to need to prove that you did make $10,000 from this particular website. And another great thing to do is craft a nice solid sales letter describing your offer and what your site is about to potential prospects. Now, when you're actually looking at places that sell websites, there are plenty of good examples out there that you can then use as a basis for your own. Don't copy other people's, but you can use them as examples to work from to craft a really good solid approach for your own particular website. The next step is finding actual buyers for your site online. Now, there are many ways to do this. You could, for example, search your own industry and see if there are similar sites for sale and where they may be listed. You can also search outside your industry, and another good place to look at is eBay, because they have a really good website selling place. Although they have a lot of crap and junk sites out there, there are ones that are seriously good websites out there for sale, and again, you could potentially do that. The only downside of that is it's auction based, so you might have to lowball your number and hope it increases, but you're stuck with whatever your bid is unless it meets a reserve. My preferred way of going is using SitePoint and SiteSell, which are really great places to get exposure for selling websites, and there are a lot of websites being sold on there every single day. Other great places include SearchEngineForums.com, that has a great site sell section, and BusinessBroker.com and BuySellWebsite.com are also good places to potentially list your website. So these are the most popular places to advertise, but you might find other niches and other areas where you can get exposure and sell your website. But these in general are the best places to start. Now, once you've actually made a sale and someone's committed to actually buy your website, there is some aspects you have to consider in actually completing the sale and making the handoff of the website to the new owner. First of all, you have to make sure that it's clearly established how and when the money will be transferred. You also need to create a formal contract for responsibilities, etc. For example, make sure you define how long you will offer support after the sale to the new owner. And make sure all accounts are transferred in name to the new owner. For example, this includes any hosting, autoresponders, subscriptions, anything like that that may be related to the running and operation of that website needs to change hands to the new owner. Well, that in a nutshell is how I sell my websites, and that you can do it too. You can see how you can get a kind of rule of thumb about how much your site is worth, potentially, how to get it listed out there, compare it to others, see how they're doing it on those different places I've mentioned, and then how you can actually make a successful handoff once you've made a sale. And then consider this: how many sites can you make, boost the rankings, boost the traffic, and then sell and make some quick money? Consider that next time you're making a website.